has not been out very long. Also, we should point out that both Pi and Alpha 152 were banned in this tournament simply because the tournament organizers did not have time to unlock all the characters.
Yes.
To unlock Pi, you have to obtain 100 titles to unlock Alpha 152, 300 titles. It's not something you can just do overnight.
Yeah. That was always frustrating for me in a game, is like Call of Duty, where you have to get to level 50, you know, to get your level 30 to get your claymores, level so-and-so to get your best gun. So, yeah, unfortunately, that definitely comes into play in competitive reasons.
And Carl, now having a full set to give coming out of winner's bracket, has opted to use Hayate here. I'm clearly not concerned with Ryujin. You know, he's going to use Hayate, and you know, I'm sure he's thinking at this point, you know, I've got a full set that I can give, so I can just mess around with characters right now and just see if I can maybe take Ryujin out with one of my other characters instead of shifting to Ayane. But Ryujin not having it. He's got a lot of Hayate experience. One of his good friends, Silent Legend, also plays Hayate. So this is a matchup that Ryujin is very familiar with. There was that sidestep punch that we mentioned earlier.
Carl's doing too many string connectors. He's not giving enough time to actually react off of Janli at this point. He's kind of just being aggressive with Hayate. But Janli is winning overall in the hits with, when he's faster.
Well, I mean, as we can see, you know, Carl seems to be almost not knowing what he really wants to do. Finally gets into his offense there, gets a hit, gets a full combo. But here we've got Ryujin going again. Nice, you know, former Ryujin throw. But even
a lot easier to input in this version,
and also doesn't do nearly as much damage. So.
Yes.
Oh wow! Oh. Ryujin's like, I don't care if you're gonna charge up. Carl with a nice kind of. The next combo will win. Excuse me, the next hit's going to win.
There's already 2 moves that I've seen, too, that Hayate still has from 4 that I totally didn't use at all. Like, he had back kick launcher still. So, it's Perfect Legend definitely knows Hayate and understands his new DOA5 tactics.
Which I believe that is now back kick, forward kick. So the input
has
changed
is that why?
Yes, it's back kick, forward kick.
I don't like that.
So now, you know, Sin Ryujin is up 2 rounds to none, but Carl making a decent comeback here. Yeah, if he'd gone for the combo there, that would have finished Ryujin. You never want to give Ryujin too much of a chance, but Carl closes out. Even though that was a safe attack, Ryujin did not fuzzy guard after it, so Carl was able to get that forward throw. Ryujin with a nice sidestep goes for the full back punch combo, giving Carl plenty of room, letting him do all those Hayate Gake cancels.
That's essentially what will lead into his power blow, but you can also cancel it if you backdash out of it.
Well, it's his regular charge attack. It's a little bit different from his power blow, but it's similar animation. And you know, Ryujin using that back punch quite often. You know, you can't really punish it very well. But let's see what Carl can do here. Now, I'll be interested if Carl loses this match. Do you think he's going to stick with Hayate, or he's going to try to just switch to Ayane? Do you think he's going to try to close it out in one set?
Yeah.
There's a high counter former Ryujin.
Ooh.
And, you know, Ryujin, again, with the raw power blow. And I've got to wonder what Carl was thinking there. Was he trying to counter it? Was he trying to sidestep it?
That was interesting. You know, he countered, and it looked like he had time to recover and counter again, but didn't know that that's what was coming out. Because that was fast from Janli. That was pretty fast power blow coming out of Janli.
That was a pretty fast power blow coming out of Janli.
It wasn't out of a female. It's fine.
So Carl is, in fact, going to change characters here. Let's see who he's going to... Did you see who he picked? I was looking away from the screen at the time.
No. We're about to find out in a second here.
Oh, close to Janli. We're going to see the mirror match.
Awesome.
And so we've got Ryujin in the red pants. Perfect Legend in the black and yellow pants.
Orange.
Orange, yellow.
Orange
gold,
is yellow.
Silver.
Blue.
Now Carl is definitely very familiar with Janli, so this should be an interesting matchup. And we saw this matchup at the Tecmo DOA launch party, where it was Vanessa against Ryujin.
And Ryujin struggles a lot. Vanessa did a really good job at taking over with Janli, because it was close, but not as close as I thought it would be, especially coming from Ryujin, who is Janli. Like, he calls himself Janli.
Yeah, and you know,
his motto is "I am Janli."
Exactly. You know, and Ryujin lost that mirror match, so it would be interesting to see what happens here. Carl already up 1 round, but Ryujin definitely putting up a fight. He's going to get the guaranteed launch. He does. Not quite going to kill. Definitely close to it. And that's going to do it there. So Ryujin putting up a fight. Yeah, I've got to give Ryujin the better Janli here, just because Carl's been messing around with multiple characters, playing with Ayane, playing with Ginfu, playing with Hayate. Ryujin has stuck to his guns and used Janli the entire length of the tournament, and pretty much the entire time he's been playing DOA5, except for a short stint playing Sarah, who is his Virtua Fighter character.
Yeah, but Carl's coming out of winners, so he has a bunch of room to make mistakes.
Absolutely, but you know, you always want to close out as quickly as possible. Don't give someone like Shin Ryujin a chance to come back. You know, even if you have a set you can give, if Carl ends up losing this, he's going to kick himself. See, if he had used Ayane right off the bat and Ryujin adapted to that, he would be able to say, okay, you know, that's not working, what else can I do? But now, you know, if he ends up losing this match set and then picks Ayane in the second set, he doesn't have nearly enough time to adapt if Ryujin can, you know, counter that Ayane pick.
That's absolutely true, but at the same time, you know, this also can be a very good way of putting your player on tilt. You know, if I'm going to match up with your character and beat you with your own character, you know, I think he's kind of just exploring which character he's going to dominate with. So if he does have to go into a final 3, he just knows which one to pick.
Well, Carl taking out that round puts it in a, you know, we're going to the last round here, and you know, I've got to say, you can definitely tell that Ryujin doesn't have a lot of Janli mirror match experience, so I'm sure his match against Vanessa earlier in the week definitely prepared him a little bit for what he's facing right now. Goes for the critical burst a little bit too early, still finishes with the combo, not as much damage as he could have gotten originally. Carl with a nice low block there. Now Carl is stuck in the corner, so let's see what Ryujin can do to maintain that pressure. Carl works himself out, doesn't go for the critical burst, instead gets a Dragon Gunner. This could finish it here. It is going to finish it. Now, at this point, Carl just won the mirror match.
Right.
What does that do to Ryujin's motivation? What does it do to, like, what is Ryujin thinking right now?
It wasn't that convincing. So I don't think Ryujin's too insecure. I think he just needs to, you know, normally I see Ryujin, he'll kind of like sit there and put his hand on his chin and think. And he's not really doing that right now, and I think right now he just needs to reassess what he's doing wrong, which is really hard in a mirror match because it's your character, and it's like, I don't know. He's capable of doing everything I'm capable of, so there's not like any advantages you have, particularly, you know?
Well, Ryujin doing a pretty good job here. Carl does have him in a combo. Let's see if he applies some wall pressure. He does not. Nice punishment there from Ryujin, going with the attack punishment, which is rare to see in Dead or Alive. Most of the time you use a throw punishment, but Ryujin, knowing exactly what Janli's frame that is, knew that he could get a punch-forward punch off that block 9K. Ryujin taking the first round, Janli doing a little dance. Nice counter there by Carl, showing his experience with Janli. Gets the high counter throw. Let's see if he applies some pressure. He backs up a little bit. Whiffs the Dragon Gunner. Ryujin able to capitalize on that whiff. Ducks the Dragon Gunner. See, Carl knew the Dragon Gunner was coming in that situation. Nice duck. I don't think it was on reaction. I believe he predicted that it was going to come.
Nice double Dragon Gunner into the final kill there. It's interesting, after the Dragon Gunner, both players like to extend the stuns as much as possible and not just go for the guaranteed launch into a few damage. They really like to get that extensive amount of damage.
You know, and that's the reason why Janli is capable of half-life combos, you know, because of that option to go for the stun as opposed to the guaranteed damage and really take, you know, half of your opponent's life.
Yeah.
And now Ryujin has a commanding lead here, gets that stumble stun, but of course, you know, not all the time guaranteed off of it.
Ooh. See, once again, didn't go for that guaranteed launch, and he could have had him there, but went for a punch and got countered. And
I've got to assume that Carl had an input error when he jumped backwards, something that we saw from Ryujin earlier. So maybe it's just something with the inputs on the Xbox version. I know both these players are used to playing on the PS3 version. And Ryujin trying to pressure Carl here. Carl just answering with the exact same thing, punch forward punch. Into the Dragon Kick. We're almost seeing like a complete mirror strategy here. You know, everything that we normally see from Janli, excuse me, from Ryujin, we are seeing from Carl as well. Nice block into the punishment. Oh, Ryujin, I guess not ready for that. Possibly thinking that he was going to attack himself.
Wait, I'm confused again. Who?
Okay, so Ryujin is in the red pants. Carl is in the gray and orange pants.
Okay, thank you.
But we are tied up at 2 rounds apiece. Ryujin is up 2 games to 1 or 1 up? This looks like it's 1 up, I believe.
Yeah, it's 1 up.
Carl getting the high counter throw. You've got to imagine that Ryujin is just he's trying to play patient. You know, he knows his character, but he doesn't fight his character very often. And there you saw Carl knew that the Dragon was coming, used a high counter throw to counter it, but now he's in stun. Ryujin goes for the power blow a little bit too early, misses the last of that combo. Nice sidestep there, and Carl pulls it out to go up 2-1 right now. Now Ryujin is in a must-win situation.
Yes.
If Ryujin loses this next match, Carl goes home the winner of the, I can't say first because there was the
GVN.
Well, not GVN, there was the Guts event taking place in Boston, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
So
simultaneously
the
same event. Okay. Simultaneously the first event for DOA5.
So we are in the hot zone stage with Carl taking a commanding lead here. Now, I've got to wonder, is Ryujin shaken? You know, is Ryujin thinking, I don't know if I can win?
I'm sorry, what'd you say? I was getting my water. My bad.
All I'm wondering is if Ryujin is wondering, you know, can he win in this situation? You know, he's lost 2 mirror matches after losing the mirror match to Vanessa earlier in the week. You know, he's got to be questioning his confidence in this Janli mirror match right now.
Yeah, that seems to be his kryptonite at this point. Unfortunately, you know, some people's kryptonite are mirror matches. They really dread them. I know people hate them. They refuse to do mirror matches. They specifically get secondary characters to not do mirror matches. So I can imagine that seems to be his kryptonite at this point.
I mean, right now his back is to the wall. You know, he's down 2 rounds to none. You know, if he loses this round, it's over for him. His tournament life has come to an end. He's fighting for everything he's got right now. There's another counter by Carl. Carl just not having it. I don't know what happened there. Ryujin must have been trying to sidestep or something. Ryujin definitely in a sticky situation right now, and that's going to do it. The tournament's going to come to an end. Perfect Legend, Carl White is your Dead or Alive Seasons Beatings champion. Takes it out with the Janli mirror match. Doesn't even go for Ayane.
No, that was pretty amazing.